Hello, broadcasters. Welcome to episode 134 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Geige, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how you doing?
Doing good. I love how catchy the music is in the intro.
Yeah, we should maybe, I like it too. We should maybe refresh it at some point. But yeah, it's good as is. For anyone new here, Dan and I are the founders of StreamYard. We do these town halls every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and we do them for a few reasons. One is to stay in tune with you guys, go through the same flow you guys do when you do your own shows. Two is to answer any of your questions. So if there's anything you'd like us to touch on tonight, feel free to leave it in the chat. We'll do our best to get to all of them. And then three, I always make sure I mention our three pillars, which are ease of use, stability, and professional stream. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. Tons of you hanging out in the chat tonight from all over the world, which is super cool. We got Pio from Canada. Nice to see you here.
Cool.
Okay,
I'm curious whereabouts in Canada.
Yeah, let us know, Pio. Manny in Mexico, very cool. Manny says, what happened to the rearranging banners feature? Was not enabled on my account. Was this the same for all? It's a good question, Manny. We had a topic for it tonight. So it's actually in the process of, where's my banner for it? The process of being rolled out. So very soon, like it's starting to be rolled out to users. You should have access in the banners tab to change the order of all brand assets. So you won't have to re-upload things to change the order of them. So just be on the lookout for that. It's in the process of being rolled out, Manny.
So everyone should have access quite soon.
Absolutely. Pio says, why the duck has a logo? It's been a while since we talked about that, so I guess we could touch on it briefly. It's not that cool of a story. At some point, we should probably come up with a cooler story, but we always loved animals as logos. Like we were big fans of MailChimp, and MailChimp obviously has like that very lovable monkey as its logo. Same with DigitalOcean. So we really liked having lovable creatures as an animal, but we had come up with the name first. So first we landed on the name StreamYard, with the idea being it's sort of like a place to build your streams, like a lumberyard. And we've seen, ducks in streams and yards before, and they're lovable creatures. So why not a duck?
Yeah, part of it too, I guess, as far as like why a duck or why this mallard duck is also just, we want to be a very friendly company, and I think it's tough to beat the friendliness of a mallard duck, to be honest. So, although I have heard they can get pretty aggressive sometimes, and they just look like the most graceful animals ever. So yeah, we just wanted to be this like friendly human company, and we figured what better way to capture that than just a nice friendly animal.
They've always been pretty friendly to me, but yeah, maybe if you get between them and a piece of bread or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess every animal's probably like that though.
Hey, Nancy, nice to see you here. We also have Everton in Atlanta. But before I forget, I should mention the show lineup. So we have lots of awesome shows. There's StreamYard Spotlight, which is the first Thursday of every month, 8 p.m. Eastern, which is a show about you guys highlighting StreamYard users and how they're having success. So if you'd like to be featured on that, reach out to Dana. We have YouTube channel reviews with Dean Nimmin and Daniel Batal on the second Saturdays, which are awesome. If you have your own YouTube channel and you're looking for some actionable feedback, they're definitely experts when it comes to that stuff, and it's a great show. And we have live stream reviews with Christian the first and third Saturday, so stay tuned for that too. We got live stream Impact with Julie's on the second Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then for all other questions you have, we have open office hours, 11 a.m. Eastern, first and third week, which is with Julie and Mel. So yeah, any quick questions you have there, that's in the Facebook community group.
And what day of the week is that?
Did I not know? Yeah, somehow I missed the day on it. I think it's Thursday, but Dana, if you could help me in the chat. Cool. Definitely will need to update the banner. Cool. Fun fact for this week was favorite ice cream. So if you guys, sort of a basic question, but let us know in the chat too if you'd like to share your favorite ice cream. What's your favorite ice cream, Dan?
Cool. So mine's a controversial one. I think it's the type where you either love it or you hate it. So some people, when I say the thing, and go, and the rest will go, yeah, I agree. Mine's black licorice.
Wow, black licorice.
Licorice ice cream. Now, I should add, like, I don't think I've had ice cream in about 10 years. I just have like as you know, I have a very strict diet. But yeah, when I was a kid, black licorice. My dad was a big fan, and I tried it once. I like that tiger ice cream, I think it's called, the orange and with black licorice in it. But then I realized there's actually just straight up black licorice ice cream. It was good. But I know anytime you're eating it, like it's a weird ice cream to eat because it's like way darker than chocolate. Even it looks weird to eat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a huge fan.
I'll have to try it. I don't think I've ever had black licorice. I've had that tiger one, which is definitely good, but it's not my go-to. Mine's much more standard. I think chocolate is probably
cool. Plain and simple.
Stefan, if you just joined us, It's on its way. So stay tuned for it. It's in the process of being rolled out to users, the ability to move assets around.
Yep.
Let's see here. Other topic we had for tonight was obviously pre-recorded streaming launch. So curious what you guys think of it. If you've been using it for any of your broadcasts, hasn't been too long. So if you haven't been out of town or a reason to use it, maybe not just yet. But curious what you guys think of it. We have a video that we're going to run through for it as well. And there were some questions that came up too as far as the limitations and stuff last time in our last stream that we didn't cover. So it's on all paid plans. So it's available on all paid plans of StreamYard, but the time limits are different. So on basic, the limit is up to 1 hour of not total, just per broadcast. So you can upload up to 1 hour videos for pre-recorded streaming. And then on Pro, it's 2 hours.
Correct.
Anything else notable to mention there, Dan?
I think those are the main ones. If you have any questions, obviously let us know. And then I think I don't know if we played the same video last week or a different one, but
it was a different one.
Playing the video is probably still useful for anyone who hasn't had a chance to try it out or not sure what we're talking about.
Cool. So I'll roll through it right now. Hi, my name's Geige, and I'm one of the founders of StreamYard. I'm super excited to announce that we just launched pre-recorded streaming. Pre-recorded streaming lets you take your recorded videos and stream them out as if they were live to your favorite social platforms. We'll always prefer live video at StreamYard, but pre-recorded streaming can be super useful. Say you have a super high-stakes event or live stream in general where you just can't afford to make any kind of mistakes or missteps. Pre-recorded streaming can be a great solution for that, where everything is planned beforehand. Another great use case is, say you have a really important guest that can't make your normal scheduled show date. You can use pre-recorded streaming to record the show at a time that's convenient for you and your guest, and then stream it out later at your normal scheduled show time. Another example where this could be super useful is evergreen content. So you have great content that you've made in the past that you want to reuse. This is a great feature for that. And I'm sure there'll be lots of other creative ways that we'll see you guys using the feature. So without further ado, let's jump into how it works. On the StreamYard dashboard, you'll now see that there's a drop-down on the Create a Broadcast button with the option to choose a pre-recorded video. This is the option we'll use for doing our first pre-recorded stream. Next, you'll see the option to select a recording. Here you'll see you have the ability to upload videos from your computer or choose one of your past broadcasts. For this example, I'll choose one of our past Town Hall live streams, episode 133. I'll go ahead and select that. And I'll see that it's now the planned recording for this pre-recorded stream. You'll also see that I have the option to choose any of my social platforms. Multi-streaming is also an option for pre-recorded streams. I'll go ahead and select the StreamYard YouTube channel and set it to unlisted just because it's a demo here. You'll see that there's both the start time and the announcement post time if I choose to create an announcement post. So the start time is when the stream will actually go out to, in this case, YouTube, and the announcement post is the public post that will go out on my YouTube channel. This will be the post that I can share out with viewers beforehand that I want to watch the stream. So generally, you'll want the announcement post to be pretty far ahead of the start time. Obviously, that's totally up to you. And for title and description, I'll just go ahead and put test. And once I have my time selected, I'll just go ahead and use the defaults here. You also have the option to choose an upload image. So once that's all done, just go ahead and click Create and Schedule Broadcast. You can see my first pre-recorded stream is now created with the planned scheduled time at 9:45 p.m. at July 27th. And now I'm actually totally done. At that time, this video will go live. My past broadcast will go live out to YouTube, and I don't even have to be here. I don't have to do anything on StreamYard. I can if I want. I can monitor it either on YouTube or on the status page on StreamYard itself. But I'm all set. If I was to, say, be out of town or on vacation, this would go live without me even being there. We hope you guys are excited for this feature. We can't wait to see you use it. Thanks. Cool. So yeah, hopefully that's a comprehensive description for you guys. But if you have any additional questions, certainly let us know. Paul had a question. I had to ask, but you should clarify the audio format that a pre-recorded broadcast is. It's stereo, correct?
Good question. I'm not actually sure. I'd have to check on that. It should work with stereo, but we'll need to confirm.
I'm pretty sure it's stereo, but yeah, we'll double check for you, Paul. Wrong one. Tristan says, question, is there a file size limit on pre-recorded? It's a very generous limit, but there is some
quite large. Yeah, we mostly decided to limit the hour length. I think file size, you probably shouldn't run into it. So
yeah, not sure on the exact one, Tristan, but it's the type of thing where you could have a very high quality video. Like if you're encoding it in a reasonable format, you should never really hit the limit. We're going with the hours limitation. Freedom Patriot Network says, #ask, when you use the pre-record, it goes live. Can you join the chat? yes, absolutely. You can essentially watch the same way your viewers watch and just be like, if I was on YouTube, I could go join on YouTube. One thing we should mention that it is covered a bit in the tooltip text is each platform has its own guidelines with pre-recorded streaming. And just as a general practice, you generally don't want to deceive viewers and pretend like something's live when it's not. So you should generally say that it's pre-recorded in the stream just as a best practice. And then some platforms that's actually like a rule. So you should, as a general rule, you should do it anyways, but on particular platforms, it's a rule itself. Yeah. All right, lots of comments on the ice cream. Sounds like someone's I forgot about buttered pecan. Pecan is definitely a good.
Interesting. I don't think
pistachio too. I think I had when I was in Italy. I had a long time ago when I was a kid. They had pistachio gelato. It was definitely one of the best ice creams I've ever had.
So wait, hold up. With pistachio gelato, is this like the whole thing is kind of a pistachio flavor, or there's like pistachios in the ice cream?
The one I had, there were no pistachios in the ice cream. It was green and it tasted like pistachios. Kind of.
Was it good? Or?
It was really good. Yeah, it was like one of the best ice creams I've ever had.
Sounds kind of weird.
I think you have to try it. It doesn't taste like you're literally eating a pistachio. I don't know.
I always liked one. It was called Nuttin' Better, I think. And there wasn't much better. So it was like peanut butter, and I don't remember what kind of nuts were in there, but in the ice cream, it was good. Cool.
There's lots of flavors out there. Marine says, so you can edit the video. So you can certainly edit it beforehand, Marine. Like you could make any video you want, whether it's or use a past broadcast. So you could like record because one of the use cases is say you have a great interview candidate, but they can't actually go live at your show date. You could essentially record that on StreamYard and then stream that recording out later. But if you have a video that you didn't even use to make StreamYard, like on your phone or something like that, you could edit it and then upload it to StreamYard and stream it out.
Yep.
Which it's I haven't heard it as a use case for tons of people, but it has come up as being useful for some folks that have if you have super bad internet, but you're able to record videos locally and then stream them out using that feature. I have heard of people doing that just because they have maybe in a remote location without great internet.
Yep. Or even if you just do like the recording on StreamYard. So whether you make the time or not, maybe you just want to be able to edit it. So it's like, it's a high stakes stream kind of thing. You do the record only broadcast on StreamYard, you download it, you edit out the chunk where maybe you mess something up or, you're whatever you want to edit it out, then just re-upload it and stream it out later.
Absolutely. Patricia says, this is a great feature. I had to do a show at 4:30 a.m. to accommodate my guest in, I don't know how to pronounce it, Kabul, Afghanistan. Awesome. Cool. Let's see here. Sandy says, I use another method to do the same thing. Facebook pretty much has it with the Premiere feature. That's true. Premiere is also a great way to go about doing it. Some platforms don't really have the same concept as a Premiere, but I totally agree. Like if you're just going to Facebook, I don't see any good reason to not use a Premiere type feature. But if you want to go to multiple or you're going to a platform that doesn't support it, it can be a cool option.
Yep.
Tim says, can you only select from the last 15 days of StreamYard videos or any previous video created in StreamYard? So it's not any previous video. Tim, you're correct that it would just be the last 15 days. We are considering, I think we talked about it a few town halls ago, but considering making it where, partly because of this feature, where there's a permanent storage, where there's just like an overall storage limit instead of the day limitation. Curious if any of you have new thoughts on that, given that we have this feature now. Let us know. All right. Other topic I wanted to mention for tonight, we've covered it a couple of times, but now it's being rolled out to more and more people. So I think, would you say, Dan, there's like 4 or 5% of people now have access to infinite scrolling. If you'd like early access, just feel free to shoot us an email. Just type in infinite scrolling to contact@streamyard.com and they can turn it on early for you. Right now, we're just slowly starting to test it and roll it out to people.
And basically what this one is, in case anyone's wondering, what on earth is infinite scrolling comments? Right now, we block it, and we've mentioned it before, so a lot of you probably know what we're talking about. But for anyone that hasn't seen it, basically right now in the chat, if you get a ton of comments, so if you have a lot of viewers, you may have noticed that eventually you can't access the comments that are higher up. You just can't, it kind of stops scrolling at some point. With this change, you'll be able to just keep scrolling up. You'll keep, getting all your comments basically. So very useful if you have a super active chat.
Michael says, how is Teams coming along? I think I also saw a question about co-hosting. So Teams is coming along great, Michael. So stay on the lookout for that. Like we said, summer's coming to a close. So it's coming right around the corner. So keep an eye out for it. And the question about Co-hosting, Rabbi says, can a co-host have control also to live features? So that's part of the great thing about Teams, which isn't out yet, but it's on its way. Rabbi is the ability to be a co-host and control everything in the stream from within the studio. Right now, you can work around it by being on the same account, but you have to trust the person, and it's sort of clunky. So Teams will address that. All right. Vicky's a fan of pre-recorded streaming. Thanks, Vicky. That's kind of you to say.
Cool.
Top Cat says, can you still interact with viewers in the comments during pre-recording? Thank you. So with pre-recorded, there's not, at least not right now, there's not banners or popping up the comments on screen, but you can certainly be in the live chat interacting with people, but that's on the platform. So you'd be like on YouTube or on Facebook interacting with them there.
Yep.
That'd be an interesting feature though, maybe at some point, the same way that we have the live chat in the live studio, we could have a combined comment section, but that's not out quite yet.
Yeah, we're thinking about that. But you could also, if you do want to like show them on screen, not just responding to them, but actually show them on screen, that's where you might want to like download your past recording and then just use it as a video share, kind of the way that we shared that video a few minutes ago. Just share the whole thing like that, and then you can do basically all the functionality of StreamYard with a video share. So you wouldn't be using the pre-recorded feature, but just another option for you.
Absolutely. Ilya says, I'd love to know when you can include the feature to mirror your view, as it's so distracting seeing myself inverted in LinkedIn Lives. Please allow the host and guest to do this. Yeah, what are the current what's the current thoughts on that one, Dan?
We're definitely open to it. Yeah, it gets a little tricky when you have like overlays on top of you. You might think you're covered when you're not actually covered by the overlay.
Also with pointing to things, it can be
Yeah.
reversed, but it comes up enough that likely we'll figure out a way to address it as best as we can. Ilya. Sandy says, when can we get auto scrolling? So if you mean infinite scrolling, Sandy, feel free to, it's in the process of being rolled out. If you want access to it immediately, if you just shoot an email to contact@streamyard.com, they'll turn it on for you, but it's just slowly being rolled out as we test and monitor it, but you can get early access if you want. Sounds like Tawana is a fan of just a storage limit instead of just the 15 days. Very cool.
Cool.
All right. Before I forget, another thing I wanted to mention is we have some exciting events coming up. So the first one will be in this new series of events we're doing called the StreamYard Industry. I can't talk. The StreamYard Industry Showcase. The next one's Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific, and you can sign up for it at streamyard.com/SY showcase. And basically what we're doing is just highlighting users in particular industries. So the first one is actually going to be about religious organizations. There's lots of religious orgs using StreamYard. So in different industries, we're going to highlight folks, and they're going to talk through best practices and how they're using StreamYard. So it should be a lot of fun. I actually have an image here of, so yeah, that's the promo image, and our wonderful support team is on there. If you guys have heard the new StreamYard jingle, is actually Kelsey and Presley on the left there that's saying that. But yeah, the first one will be religious org. So if you're a religious organization, definitely be sure to catch that. And even if not, if you're just curious about some of the industry standards there, feel free to tune into that. All right, let's see. Joe Dog says, will teams be part of existing accounts or in a new tier? So still being finalized in certain ways, Joe Dog, but pretty confident that it's the type of thing where it will be accessible across all plans, and it will essentially just be the amount of seats and things like that change from tier to tier. All right. Renee says, any chance we'll see sorting overlays / video? So that's actually, we mentioned earlier, Renee, it's on its way up right now. So stay tuned for that. Hey, Andy, it's been a minute. Hope you're doing well, having a good summer. Paul says, video share and screen share with audio is always mono. Yes, pre-record fixes this as far as audio. Is that? I know it used to be, Paul. I think we might have updated it.
I can't remember if we fixed it or not. I know we were working on fixing it.
If it's not fixed yet, Paul, it will at some point. But I thought we made a change, but yeah, maybe we'll double check. Leo says, will StreamYard consider adding just a sharing portion of the screen type feature? We'd certainly consider it, Leo. In order to do it, we might actually have to have a version of StreamYard that you would download because of how sort of browser works for screen sharing, but we're certainly open to it. Chantel says, is there a way to remove a comment from on screen without clicking the comment in the chat? I sometimes lose it. That's a great question, Chantel. If you've sort of scrolled past it, there is a pop-up right then to hide what's on
Only
screen.
if it's totally gone. We've considered adding something though to make it slightly better. So yeah, right now you have to click on it. Or the other thing I've actually seen that's like a little bit of a trick. And again, we should be making this better, and we are working on it. But the other one you can do is if you just clicked on the comment and then you're like scrolling down and you haven't clicked on anything else yet, if you just click like spacebar, it'll just click it again. But if you clicked on something else, that won't work. Spacebar will basically just click whatever kind of the last thing you clicked on was. But I know some people have done that before.
JVlog says #education. That is really lacking. That's I can't remember the exact date of it, JVlog, but that's high up on the industry showcase list. We'll absolutely be covering education use cases. Luke says, can we get a solo layout option that fills maybe 75% of the screen so background can still show? I think you'll be happy very soon, Luke. We're likely going to add. It's been asked for a very long time, and it just never really sort of got added. But we'll be adding a picture-in-picture view, right, or layout, right, Dan?
Most likely, yeah.
Most likely. Cornelia says, "What are teams?" So there's sort of like a promo video of it. Cornelia sort of walking through the main aspects of it, but essentially, tons of StreamYard users work within a small business or a small org where they have different people that need to be on the account to do different things, say like scheduling the broadcast or maybe just changing the layouts and showing banners on screen and things like that. So Teams is the ability to have multiple users on a single StreamYard account is essentially what Teams is.
Yep.
RLCC says, thanks for continuous improvements. You make us appreciate the value of being on StreamYard. That's super kind of you, RLCC. It's truly a pleasure on our part, and really appreciate you guys hanging out with us and giving us feedback and motivating us to improve and iterate on the product.
Yeah, it makes it a lot of fun to work on it, honestly, having like such an active and engaged community.
Absolutely. Pete says, question, I'm still clinging on, hoping for the ability to set up show templates or duplicate settings from a prior show. That's definitely on the list, Pete. It's a personal pain point of ours as well, as far as being able to reuse past broadcasts. So we'd certainly like to address it in some way. If there's anything specific in your mind as far as like how you'd like that to work, we'd certainly appreciate the thoughts. If it's anything beyond just cloning a past broadcast, let us know. All right, before we run out of time here, Dan, should we go ahead and do our giveaway?
You bet we should. All right, let me share it.
So for anyone new to this, we do these giveaways every single week. Tonight we'll be giving away, Dan reminded me that we've been giving out the same thing every single night for a long time. So tonight we'll change it up. We'll give away a StreamYard t-shirt, the black StreamYard t-shirt with the white text. I might have a picture of it. Let me check. No, I don't actually have a picture of it, but you can imagine it. It's a nice looking t-shirt with the white text on it. We'll give away a t-shirt, the StreamYard mug, and then also we'll give away. Oh yeah, that's the t-shirt right there, and then also the StreamYard mug as well.
Cool. I love that mug. I don't know what it is.
It's a nice.
It's the size. It's just like this is like a well-made, solid mug.
Sturdy, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, please type in #theyard in the chat to enter the draw. And as Geige has mentioned before, this is our giveaway tool. So everyone was always asking for a long time how we do these giveaways. It actually is accessible now. So if you're on StreamYard.com/giveaway, you can do your own giveaway as well.
Hey, Shabaka, it's been a while since we've seen you too. Super nice to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Abigail says, have you ever considered having a flag option for comments, especially for monitoring questions by commenters? Yeah, absolutely, Abigail. I think internally and in the town halls, it's been referred to as pinned comments. But yeah, absolutely, we want to make it easier for people to flag and moderate comments that way.
Yeah, just trying to think through the best way to do it for you guys.
Bobby says, thanks for looking out for the religious streamers. Yeah, absolutely. If any of you, if any of you fall into that category, let us know. I'd be curious how many of you stream religious type stuff.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, we just got a few more coming in. I think we're good.
Okay.
109. Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, that's a big one. Michael Daniels. Has Michael ever won before?
I don't think so.
So congrats, Michael. Happy you won. You've obviously been here forever, so it's super cool to send you some stuff. So yeah, Dana, I think you're already in contact with Dana, so Dana can ship you some StreamYard swag.
Very cool. Has Michael Daniels been here since our first episode?
If not the first, very early on. Definitely in the first,
First
15, probably the first.
The first one. Let us know, Michael.
Also a big advocate for pinned comments. It's on the list. Steven says, would the feasibility be greater to have 2 or more sources if StreamYard was available in a downloadable software solution like Zoom? No, there's nothing stopping us from adding more sources in StreamYard, and we likely will make it easier to add different types of cameras.
Yeah, there's not many extra things you can do with a downloadable app. Like Geige is saying, being able to crop a certain section of the screen would be one, but there's not that many actually. Browsers are pretty powerful now. Yeah,
especially with some of the advancements in the web too, as far as like the browser's oftentimes not just the browser anymore, with things like, without getting too nerdy, things like WebAssembly and stuff like that. You can do some cool stuff.
Yeah, and it's always getting closer too. Like the browsers are they're trying to basically give developers as much as they possibly can without like breaking any security issues, and that's getting more and more all the time. So eventually, it should have basically everything.
Charles does a Bible show each morning at 6. Awesome. Hopefully we'll see you at the industry showcase, Charles. All right, we probably have time for 1 or 2 more here. Tony says, can we get 48 megahertz audio on the Pro plan? What is it now, Dan? I thought it was 48.
It's probably 44.1. I'm not sure. That's
noted, Tony. We'll double check. And also, part of the reason I think why we might have used 44.1, Tony, is a lot of platforms don't take, or they recommend 44.1, but maybe we can add a setting for it in case, for those of you that want to use 48.
And I'm always curious why you'd want it, like what the use case is, what are you using it for, why it needs to be that.
All right. Let's see here. Luke says NDI would be so good. NDI out. Thanks for the clarification there. I'm always curious when people say NDI, whether they want out or in. So that's good to know. I'd be curious, Luke, where you'd be putting it out to. Is it the type of thing where you're using something like OBS and you want StreamYard inside of OBS? If you don't mind letting us know, I'd be super curious.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we're out of time here. This was episode 134. Where's my banner here? 134 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure. We'll see you next week at the same time.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. See you next week.